Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Curse of Oak Island finds another underground cavity. The guys from the Curse of Oak Island found another underground cavity. Once again, this was around the Money Pit area, and it hints that there might be more clues about where the mythical treasure might be hidden. Here is a look at what they found and what it could all mean. New cavity found on Curse of Oak Island. There is a lot of time to waste for the guys on the Curse of Oak Island right now. However, for treasure hunters, no time spent hunting is wasted. This is especially true when new time comes with new discoveries. In this case, it was a new cavity they found near the Money Pit area. The team had to stop their excavating plans for now. They had hired a company to come in and dig down to where they found tunnels and caverns that they previously didn't know about. This gave them the opportunity to finally get underground on the island for the first time. However, the Canadian government put a stop to that for now. The excavating was considered mining, and while this had nothing to do with a mining operation, they had to have permits for it to continue working on this part of the island. Until they can cut through the red tape, they instead had to find other parts of the island to explore. During this time, they ran across something they hadn't seen before. There is a massive cavity at the bottom of the L15 borehole. This is near the Money Pit area and is at around 150 feet. This is also by what could end up as an opening to a chamber or a possible tunnel. As a result, they set down a sonar detector and found that the cavity is about 30 feet long and just above the bedrock. After talking about it, they decided this couldn't have formed naturally. It is also the same depth as the chapel vault, so this could be a huge find. The team also broke ground in Lot 5. With the excavation put on hold, the team did have some good news. They finally acquired the elusive Lot 5, which was previously owned by treasure hunter Robert Young. Because Rick and Marty Lagina did not get along with Young, they never had access before. Now they have the right to explore there. The team also wasted no time. They sent in Gary Drayton, who used his metal detector to find old tools in an area where no building had ever existed before. He also found half of an old coin that was made from copper with arsenical bronze. They believe this was created before the 16th century. The sun dipped low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the windswept landscape of Oak Island. The search for the legendary treasure had been long and arduous, but the team, undeterred by countless setbacks, continued their quest with unyielding determination. Today, their efforts bore another tantalizing clue: a newly discovered underground cavity. Rick and Marty Lagina, the steadfast brothers leading the search, stood at the edge of the excavation site. The chill of the early evening air did little to dampen their excitement. The team had just lowered a high-resolution camera into a borehole drilled earlier that day, revealing a dark, empty space several feet below the surface. This cavity, nestled beneath centuries of soil and rock, was the latest in a series of mysterious voids uncovered in their relentless pursuit. Jack Begley, their fellow treasure hunter and a stalwart member of the team, examined the camera footage with a keen eye. "It looks different from the others," he murmured, pointing at the screen. The cavity's smooth walls suggested it was not a natural formation. It could be man-made. The possibility hung in the air like an unspoken promise. Throughout the centuries, Oak Island had whispered tales of pirate gold, buried loot, and lost artifacts. The infamous Money Pit had lured countless treasure seekers with its siren song, often leading them to ruin. But the Lagina brothers, armed with modern technology and an unshakable belief in their mission, had made significant strides in unraveling the island's secrets. Craig Tester, the team's resident engineer and scientist, joined the group, his expression thoughtful. "We need to get a better look inside. If it's a chamber, there could be something significant down there." As the sun slipped below the horizon, the team prepared their equipment for the next day's exploration. They decided to deploy a robotic probe into the cavity, hoping to gather more detailed images and possibly retrieve any artifacts hidden within. That night, the island was shrouded in an eerie silence, the kind that precedes a storm. The ocean's rhythmic lapping against the shore seemed to whisper ancient secrets. In their makeshift camp, the treasure hunters pored over maps and documents, piecing together the puzzle that had eluded so many before them. The following morning dawned bright and clear, with the promise of discovery hanging in the crisp air. The team gathered around the borehole, anticipation electrifying the atmosphere. The robotic probe, a marvel of modern engineering, was carefully lowered into the cavity. Its camera and sensors transmitted live footage back to the surface, where the team watched with bated breath. As the probe descended, the walls of the cavity came into clearer view. They were indeed smooth, carved by human hands. This revelation sent a ripple of excitement through the group. The probe's light illuminated the space, revealing an assortment of objects scattered on the floor. Among them were fragments of wood and metal, possibly remnants of ancient tools or chests. "Look at that!" Marty exclaimed, pointing at the screen. "Those markings on the walls, they're not random." Everyone leaned closer. The walls bore inscriptions, etched into the stone with meticulous care. Symbols and glyphs, their meanings lost to time, hinted at a forgotten language or code. It was a discovery that could rewrite the history of Oak Island. Rick, ever the optimist, couldn't help but smile. "This could be it," he said softly. "This could be what we've been looking for." The team worked tirelessly, documenting every inch of the cavity. They carefully extracted a few small artifacts for further analysis, each item a potential key to unlocking the island's mysteries. As they examined the objects, Craig's eyes widened in recognition. "These tools are ancient," he said, his voice filled with awe. "They could date back centuries, maybe even millennia." The implications were staggering. If the tools were indeed that old, it suggested that the island had been a site of human activity long before the infamous tales of pirate treasure. The discovery of the cavity and its contents could shift the focus of their search, opening new avenues of exploration. Days turned into weeks as the team meticulously analyzed their findings. Experts were consulted, and the inscriptions on the walls were studied by linguists and historians. The symbols, though cryptic, showed similarities to early medieval scripts, suggesting a connection to ancient European explorers. News of the discovery spread, reigniting interest in the Oak Island mystery. The Lagina brothers found themselves at the center of a media frenzy, yet they remained grounded, focused on their mission. The new cavity had provided a glimpse into the island's enigmatic past, but it also raised more questions. What were the inscriptions trying to convey? Who had carved them, and for what purpose? And most tantalizingly, what other secrets lay hidden beneath the island's surface? As the team continued their work, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the brink of a monumental discovery. The new cavity was more than just an empty space, it was a testament to the island's long and storied history. Each artifact, each symbol, was a piece of a grand puzzle, waiting to be solved. The curse of Oak Island had claimed many victims, but for the Lagina brothers and their team, it had become a beacon of hope and adventure. They knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges, but the promise of uncovering the truth drove them forward. In the quiet moments, when the wind whispered through the trees and the waves lapped gently against the shore, the island seemed to speak to them. It was a voice from the past, urging them to continue their quest. And so, with renewed determination, they pressed on, digging deeper into the mystery that had captivated the world for centuries. The discovery of the underground cavity was not just another chapter in the saga of Oak Island. It was a beacon of hope, a sign that the answers they sought were within reach. The treasure hunters, bound by their shared dream, stood ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their quest to unravel the island's deepest secrets.